Why are you coming after us? I understand that things are not good right now. There's a lot of work to be done. But going after people that are vulnerable, some much worse off than I am, really does feel like the wrong path to take. You say that you're for the working class, you say that you're for the people, but your actions don't say that. Decisions like these, they make you unbelievably anxious. You wake up in the morning and you wonder, how much longer am I going to have this support? When am I going to have to start struggling?
I'm embarrassed that I'm on benefits, but unfortunately I have no way of earning a wage. Now my life seems to be turned upside down once again. It's like I'm not allowed to be happy. I'm not allowed to save. It's like disabled people are a hindrance, a waste of space, unimportant. I won't be able to socialise. I won't look forward to my future. My mental health is suffering. My stress levels are increasing. How is it fair to penalise people that are genuinely disabled and cannot work for a living? Could you survive a month on what I get? Why is it right that you claim expenses for things that we all need?
It would take away the bit of independence I've got. And I'd like the government to understand that living on a modest income is not easy when you're disabled, because being disabled costs more money. How could she live on, like I do, £22,000 a year? Could she manage on that? If she would like to do so, and possibly Rachel Reeves as well, I'd like to invite them to come and live in my flat for a week, having my problems financially and my disabilities, and see how they got on.
If they cut the benefit system, I wouldn't be able to pay for my osteopath each month. The money goes towards the heating. Always got hot water bottles to help me with my joint pain. If they cut the living part of the PIP, then I would have to find it struggle to cope, basically. They can't round us all up in one basket to do this.
I don't really know and understand why she's picking on the downtrodden and the most vulnerable. Without my vehicle, I wouldn't have a blue badge. So then I wouldn't be able to see my children, go shopping and get out and about for my mental health. In my opinion, I think it's such a terrible travesty what this lady's doing to us and to me. Thank you.
I received PIP, which has allowed me to make necessary modifications to my home that allow me to live an independent, dignified life. If payments are stopped now, I will become a bigger burden on the NHS and social services and require carers on a more regular basis. If PIP was taken away from me, I feel life for me would become very bleak. Personally, losing my car would have me isolated, a prisoner in my own home. I want the government to understand that PIP allows people to live as full a life as possible, that what we needed to survive are necessities, not luxuries. That disabled people do not want to be a burden. We just want to live the best way we can. Has she considered how our actions and intentions would impact the thousands of people who rely on PIP?
I wouldn't be able to manage and would be limited to the house and garden most days. Also, I wouldn't be able to afford my 5 prescriptions on repeat or dental care as and when necessary. Why are you trying to take money off the elderly and medically very poorly people?
I could become so unwell that I would end up in hospital, and it could ultimately mean that my life could become life limiting. I don't want to be on benefits forever. But right now I need my benefits to live and to get by, and I'm just living from payment to payment, and losing my benefits would be catastrophic. Without benefits, my life would just fall apart. What I want the government to understand about my life is that I don't want to be on benefits forever. I want to work one day when I'm well enough. I want you to understand that we rely upon these benefits to live and to exist. We don't live in the life of luxury. We just exist on benefits. We don't go on exotic holidays on our benefits. We can't afford to go on luxury holidays on benefits. Our benefits just allow us to exist, and our benefits just allow us to get by and to cover the basic needs of our disabilities and our life. I can't afford any luxuries. I just live from payment to payment. I'm not taking the mickey with benefits, as Liz Kendall said. Like I said, my health is unpredictable, so I can't just go out and get a job, and freezing my benefits isn't just going to make me want to go out and get a job. I physically cannot go out and get a job. And for Liz Kendall, if you think that people like me are taking the mickey with benefits, I think that you are taking the mickey with the expenses that you claim on the wage that you earn and the wage that your husband earns. I think you need to listen more to people like me and to listen more to disabled people, and you need to listen to what we're saying about how catastrophic these benefit cuts are having on our lives. We were barely existing before, and now, like, how can we exist on cutting our benefits and making PIP harder?
And let me tell you, being disabled in this country is a costly business. Shopping, for example. If you can't easily get out to the shops, then you have to rely on a home delivery service. And let's face it, the budget supermarkets don't provide home delivery services. If we didn't, life would be much harder. And the quality of our life and the impact of that on our emotional well-being would decline. I have no doubt about that. I really don't understand why the government has chosen to use PIP eligibility as the main lever to encourage disabled people back to work. You know, the working assumption is that disabled people don't want to work. Absolute nonsense. Most disabled people I know do want to work. It sometimes feels as though we are having things done to us. We're having decisions made about us without us being in the room. And I think people fail to understand that disabled people have a tremendous amount of resilience and determination and ingenuity to sometimes get around these problems that they face every day. What confidence can the Secretary of State give me that there will be effective consultation and meaningful consultation which reflects the needs and the wants of disabled people in society?
Without the benefits and the support from the disability side, we would struggle very much. I actually care for my wife full time, and thus the money comes in handy to give us support to do things together. We would struggle to live. The cost of living, the cost of dental, the cost of glasses, the cost of so many things now are all going up. I would only ask the government to be fair and understanding and listen to people.
I would like the government to understand that disability isn't a lifestyle choice for the majority of people. I was led to believe that if you worked hard for what you had, benefits would be there to support us when we needed it. Why are we now backtracking on this?
I also try and work because I like getting out and about. The harder you try and better yourself, the government try to put you down. No, some of us want to get up and still go to work while we can, but we're being hindered in a way.